Don't blink. You're watching Action TV. This athlete has a confession.
I'm an addict.
An adrenaline addict! He's the daredevil who cheats death time after time. Meet the man with 9 lives. River rafting will never be the same after this human habit trail invasion.
This is for all the gerbils that never made it, baby!
Action TV takes a walk on the wet and wild side. A controversial tradition puts the lives of both man and beast on the line.
About 4 horses ran over the top of me and put me in a hospital.
Saddle up for what may be the most dangerous horse race in the world. Plus, a sports spa for pampered pets, a skydiving dachshund, and some monkey business in animal action. And the pilots live to tell about this incredible plane crash. This must be Action TV.
Welcome to the only show that delivers all action all the time. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and it's time for another edition of Action TV. They call him the Extreme Machine. Terry Cook is a man who knows no limit. When he skied over a 50-foot cliff and sank 6 feet deep into an icy ditch, he defied all laws of logic by living to tell about it. Where do you see what he did when we let him loose on the streets of San Francisco? The man you're about to meet is an addict, but we can show you his face.
Hello, my name's Terry Cook, and I'm an addict.
An adrenaline addict!
A die-hard daredevil who lives each day like it might be his last.
I'm just like so incredibly high, it's the best feeling on earth.
Terry's hooked on life, and Mother Nature is his supplier. If there's a mountain, he'll climb it. A rocky cliff, he'll ski it. An open sky, he'll soar through it. And if there isn't, he'll create his own.
I enjoy going out and, well, getting crazy.
Terry, a 37-year-old carpenter and father of 3, revels in new challenges. Here, he skates the world's windiest road, Lombard Street in San Francisco. Once he's mastered the street, he takes on the stairs.
San Francisco has the gnarliest terrain I've ever encountered. The steepest hills, more traffic than you can handle. So I went for it, raced a cable car down the street. The guy thought he was going to beat me, but I just had to slow him down by cutting so close to the front of his car, he was either going to cut me in half or I was going to win. Fortunately for me, he was feeling nice that day and put on the brake.
Terry doesn't seem to be afraid to get in anyone's way, even in the sky.
I was getting set to fly my hang glider down on the coast of California when the conditions hadn't got strong enough quite yet to launch the hang glider, but there were several paragliders flying over my head, and this one guy just kept buzzing me and buzzing me. Next time he made a close pass, I just jumped up and grabbed him. He's telling me, jump off, jump off. I'm saying, no way, no way. Next thing I know, he's saying, don't jump, don't jump. And I'm saying, I'm not jumping, I'm not going anywhere.
Terry's not a professional, nor does he compete. So why does he risk his life? He says it's for us.
The stunts are great. They give you a great adrenaline rush. The reason why I do these stunts is to show other people what they're capable of doing. The human limits. Let's see what the bounds of human nature really is. That boundary between life and death.
One day while testing his human limits, Terry came very close to that boundary. At Adrenaline Rock in Squaw Valley, California, he tried to tackle a totally untamed hill. He thought there might be too much snow to make the jump, but went for it anyway.
It is the worst feeling you will ever experience. I'd rather be held down in a big wave in Hawaii than buried under the snow.
If not for the fast-acting camera crew, he would have been buried alive. Despite the number of close calls, Terry can't seem to stop himself.
Oh, man. I am nuts.
Terry's broken his neck twice, his back in 7 places. Both arms, both legs, one of them in 40 places, his ankles twice, both big toes, both thumbs, his ribs, collarbone, and he's cut off his pinky. Now, kayaking and rafting are fine for your average whitewater thrill, but as inventor Rob Blair saw it, who wants to ride through the river when you can walk on it? With a little American ingenuity, Rob created the inflatable hydro bronc so he could literally run the rapids. Just when you thought it wasn't safe to go whitewater rafting. What's that?
What is that thing?
It's called the hydro bronc, and it's turned whitewater rafting into a walk on the wild side.
Walking on water is a religious experience.
All right, ready to go.
Luke and Titus Blair were the first guys on their block to run the rapids in a hydro bronc. That's because their dad, Rod Blair, and a friend of his invented it because he was bored with regular river rafting.
If you're a raft fanatic and you like that level, you can sit down in the hydro bronc. You have this whole movement, so you're actually running on the water, whereas a raft, you have to stay and you're like,
Here's how it works. Pump it up, throw it in the river, strap yourself in, and get ready to walk and roll.
This harness allows me to stay in at all times in case I let go of the handles, which are my controls. If you could picture yourself inside of a tire or a gerbil and a hamster wheel, you have to put yourself up on the wall a little bit. There's a tread in front of you.
This is for all the gerbils that never made it, baby.
In a hydro bronc, you don't have to be a whitewater guru to ride the most extreme rapids. Water warriors 11 to 65 years old have done it.
This is very safe because you don't flip over, you're harnessed inside, and you don't fall out. A beginner or an expert can go in some pretty extreme rapids.
Action TV put the hydro bronc to the test on California's Kern River. With a Class 5 rating, it's one of the steepest and wildest whitewater rides in North America. But in a hydro bronc, it's a walk in the park.
The dropping is, you just fall. I mean, you're like, whoa, here we go. And you just feel the stomach feeling. You say, well, there's a rock. In a normal raft, you say, well, there's a rock, dodge it. I say, there's a rock, let's go over it. When I did a first whitewater raft, I was a little nervous, you know. This, I said, whoa, geez, this is, you know, you pretty much go. You don't have to get any rules as to what paths you take, you just go. And I thought, this is fabulous. Yeah, baby! I thought I was gonna catch right there when the water's just gonna hold me, and it just went poof. I was down off that waterfall. Awesome. Kids, try this at home.
So if you happen to have a river in your backyard, go ahead. Try this at home.
Woo! That was great. Man.
The hydro bronc is not all fun and games. Actually, some fire departments use the inflatable cage to rescue victims who fall through frozen lakes.